Hey guys, welcome back to Little Big Opinions. I'm Big,
And I'm little.
and then behind the scenes is producer Mark.
What's up, boys?
So today we're going to go over some, it's the week of the NFL Draft 2026. We're all in a very, very good mood today. Um, let's talk about that.
What's going on?
Let's talk about the mood.
know,
I'm a little irked.
Big. What's
Okay.
going on, dude? What's your
What's
deal
going
here?
on is that you ask, are we doing a StreamYard tonight? All right, we're gonna do a StreamYard. That's fine. We get here. My microphone, nothing is working technically for me. I am a noob. I don't know anything about technicalities. And we get in, and that
Technicalities
usually
of
irks me off.
technology.
Then it's taking forever for us to go off. I've been up very early, and this is just not my vibe. But you know what? I'm a team player, and we're gonna get through it. Okay? We're gonna have the best title and description. We're gonna have the best thumbnail eventually. It's fine.
What
It's
is
fine.
wrong with you, dude? We talked about this last week. Okay, we talked about the fact that we were going to do a final mock draft because on Thursday we're going to be live streaming. I don't get what you're.
What are we doing on Thursday? Can you tell everybody?
All right. So if you guys didn't know, Thursday we are doing a live watch of the mock draft, of the draft. Sorry. So we're gonna be there at Casa Cultura, which is on 67th Avenue and 18th Street. All is welcome. We're gonna have a food truck out there. We're not providing the food, but they are providing the food. Make sure you bring your card or your cash because we're not providing food, but they are. We might have a little bit of drinks for you guys to come by, hang out, watch the draft with us, and it's gonna be an exciting one. I'm super, super duper excited for this. Are you, Ryan?
I am super duper excited. That's pretty exciting. Should be a good time. Casa Cultura is one of the cooler places in Miami right now. They got a lot of things going on, so I'm very excited for people
Definitely
to
in
come
West
through.
Miami.
Definitely in West Miami.
Top
People to
place.
come through and check it out. Should be a great time. But most importantly, it's just a fresh start. The draft is a big deal for us, and as Dolphins fans, we've been asking for this for a very long time for it not to be Chris Greer, and finally, it's not Chris Greer, Chris. So I am absolutely pumped, but I'm even more pumped because we have partnered up with some of the best breakers in the hobby. Okay, we've talked about this before, but quick timeout because I got to put you on to something that is blowing up right now. If you're into sports cards, Pokemon, or just love that feeling of hitting big, you need to check out btbcollectibles.com. They're running these mystery vaults, and you've got a real shot at pulling of absolute heat. We're talking all rare pulls, big name cards, and that adrenaline rush every time you open one. And here's the best part: if you hit something and don't want to keep it, they actually buy those cards back. So you're not just opening for fun, you've got options. It's not just collecting, it's the experience, it's the chase, and the chance to score something huge. Head over to btbcollectibles.com right now and open up your vault. Break the bank, score the moment. So BTB Collectibles is Break the Bank Collectibles. We are partnering with them, Chris and folks. We're going to be doing basically a contest. So the rules of the contest, and we're going to have a prize. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button on Little Big Opinions on YouTube. You have to follow us on Instagram, and you have to follow BTB Collectibles on Instagram. If you do those three things, you will be entered into a contest to win a certified, authentic Jason Taylor Orange Crush Miami Dolphins signed jersey. Chris, what about that? Retail value over $500 easily, but we're talking about one of the greatest defensive players for the Miami Dolphins, and now you can own a piece of his memorabilia.
And if you guys think we're making this up, I have proof. I have the jersey right here. It's on my phone. It's on my phone, okay? But guys, we got it. It's in our possession, and you too can have it. You just got to join. There it is. The producer Mark is in the back, even though he doesn't show his face. The thing about producer Mark is now that he's producing another show, he only has limited times that he can actually come out and show his face. So he's only going to be behind the scenes. You can see the Jason Taylor right there. It's beautiful. Orange, Ryan, off topic. You want to see the orange jerseys back, or you're good without?
Oh, absolutely. Orange jerseys back. They just bring you back to your childhood. Orange Crush, all the way. Monday Night Football, classics.
Yeah. That's about all we
BTB,
got.
break the bank. So go. That we're going to be doing this 3 different times. We're going to do it again at the live stream. We'll do it again. So in the next coming weeks, the contest will be over, and we will be drawing the name live on one of the episodes coming up in the next few weeks. So go do that. Follow BTB on Instagram, follow LBO on Instagram, and follow us, subscribe for us on YouTube. But none of that. Let's put that to rest. Chris, the 2 heads, the most important people in the county right now are John Eric Sullivan and Jeff Hafley. And we've heard from both of them in the last week or so. So let's start off with Hafley. He had an interview with Le Batard, opened up. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys saw this interview with Le Batard on his South Beach sessions. If you have not, it's absolutely wonderful. You got to go ahead and listen to it. I was sitting here, I don't have live TV anymore. This is the first time for me that I don't have this. So I'm looking to see how long I can go without actually subscribing to live TV. Every week I say this is going to be the week, but YouTube, let me tell you, you go down this deep, deep rabbit hole, just keep going and going and going. But anyways, I digress. Back to the Hafley interview. I'm sitting there and I'm just listening to this guy, and Brittany looks at me and she goes, "Do you like this guy?" I go, "I'm in love with this guy, Ryan. This guy is just everything that we want in a head coach, I think. I've been saying it for some time now. The hard nose of Brian Flores and the player, the relationships that the player coach can have of McDaniel. This is him. He goes through his entire lifestyle of a coach, right? And he started as he could have had a paid job, a little job at D3 school, but he decided to go ahead and take an unpaid job with Pittsburgh. And he was talking about sleeping at the stadium, right? Can you imagine that? Like sleeping under the desk, like Constanza from Seinfeld.
Nuts.
And Le Batard asked him, like, why under the desk? And he goes, I don't know. Just decided it was a little bit more comfortable under there. But as he kept on talking, you could just hear most importantly, first and foremost, he's a good person, right? Like, and that's such a difference maker in life, right? Like in my interviews, when I interview people, we have 5 core values at work, and the most important thing to me is number 1, being a good person. And you could tell just by hearing this guy talk to this guy, he had his priorities set. He did everything he could. He worked hard. He had good family support. He has good wife support at this point. He has good family, and that's just encouraging. Ryan, I know that you think that's a big deal, right? You're a big family guy.
I am a big family guy. Absolutely. What I loved about him is his talk about the culture. It's a reset, and it's a reset. Sorry, and it's all about authentic and player first. And he and John Eric Sullivan are preaching to the same choir, but they're preaching the same hymns and prose. And that's where we're at today. And it's all about being tough, about accountability, and about putting the best product on the field. All the talk, everything that they want to say, he keeps saying in every single interview. He's like, this is not about me. It's not about Sully. It's about the product. It's about the organization. I'm not in this for myself. I'm not in this to look good above and beyond some other, coaches, players, or people in the general, in the front office. This is about the organization, and that's what we need. This is a full-on reset. And what's most important, Chris, is him understanding the limitations of the roster and what he's getting himself into. It's going to be a rough year.
Right.
But there's definitely opportunities for people to shine, and that's going to be the most pertinent thing about this season.
And that's where he's good. But we were kind of worried, being a first-time head coach. And this is where the value of, he's not really a first-time head coach. He's coached in the past. So he understands how different it is now and that he needs to delegate. He spoke about delegating tasks. So we were kind of worried the fact that he wanted to be the defensive coordinator, the play caller. But he wants to be the head coach. He knows that people have a job. He's going to assign them to a job, and he's going to hold them to that standard. And if they don't meet that standard, he understood, and he talked about the fact that you have to have uncomfortable conversations. And he wasn't always okay with dealing with conflict. And he understands now, hey, I asked you to do this and I expect it to be done, and it's not done. It's not just kind of wake away, like just kind of stay there and let's see where we get at. He's talked about being, um, making sure that his coaches in the past kind of took his kindness as a weakness, and he's not about that. He's the head coach first, and he talked that he's totally about that. He's ready to take this team to a different level, and most importantly, we're going to get to the draft, and we're going to get to this guy now. The number one thing that he was super excited about was the alignment with Sully, and that doesn't mean that he's going to agree. He talked about how they sat down last week and they looked tape on a guy, and he basically didn't like the guy that Sully liked. But that didn't mean that the conversation was over, or that didn't mean that like we're not going to pick him or we are going to pick him. It was the fact of let's get to it, let's talk, let's see what we can do, and then make the best decision for the team going forward. And I think I'm so excited for that because I don't think we've had that alignment, and if we did, and it was early in the beginning, and we don't have to talk about the past anymore. This feels different. I know that we're a bunch of suckers and we're a bunch of fans, but we're not the only ones, okay? Everyone else is kind of saying the same thing. Everyone's super excited, whether it's the national media or the local media, and totally ready for this. And we could talk a little bit about Sully if you'd like.
Yeah, certainly. When it comes to Sully, basically some things that he's talked about, tape DNA, they want players on the field. They want people that produce. They're not looking at the metrics. They're looking at pretty common sense things. But character is also something. Versatility is also something, which I think, Chris, is very interesting at number 11 because there's going to be some versatile players there, particularly on the offensive line that we'll get to in the mock draft. But they may be keying in on some of those guys that are versatile on offense and on defense that can play multiple positions. And that's something that we've seen in the past with this organization. But these two gentlemen clearly have a plan of attack, and they're familiar with each other. And, I think they're aligned and on the right page. So I'm very interested to see what Thursday unveils. But clear thing that I've seen with Sully is that they want to build from the trenches. They want to build the meat and potatoes of this roster, something that they want to build toughness. It's not about the flash, the pomps, none of that anymore. It's about being with the nasty guys in the pit, and that's where we're at. And so finally, I think we have direction on what we want to do. And I'm very interested to see in the draft because they need a lot of people on the outside and weapons on both sides of the ball, but they definitely need to build in the trenches, Chris. So
yeah, and anybody that thinks they're going to move up at any point, I would not. I'll tell them don't hold your breath because he talked again. We need all 11 picks and maybe even more. So he said, as you alluded to, Ryan, the team is not good enough. Like he didn't want to offend anybody, but said, hey, we don't have enough players on the team right now. And again, they're not sugarcoating anything. They're not thinking that we're dumb. They're not laughing at us for thinking like they're not worried about the team. They know that they have to hit and they have to do this. Again, he got to exactly what he talked about, which is the film doesn't lie. It's about what's on the film. If there's any questions about the character, one-time thing is okay, but multiple things, we're not gonna go for them. Red flags on injuries, the same thing. It's about the player, the football player that's there, and we're not taking people who are not fitting the standard. Okay, football is a big man game, and you need to play with big men. And he talked about those things as well. So I know this is common sense, guys. So you go I can just hear all my friends just laughing at me. I can hear my Dallas Cowboy fan laughing at me. I can hear the double B's over there laughing at me. But you know what? We haven't had this common sense for 20 years. Like everyone's pretending like we've done that. We've taken the exceptions. We've taken the athletic freaks that don't produce on the field. This guy's talking about all the different things. Now, if he goes and takes Jordan Tyson as 11th pick, I'm just going to fall off my chair. You guys going to see me live. I'm not going to like that pick because that's against everything that he's talked about. There's going to be a good guy available. There's going to be offensive lineman that he could take at 11. And I'm excited for that. I'm excited to get to this draft and get started with the rebuild.
Jordan Tyson, we've been talking about this off air a lot.
Because we're suckers. We're suckers.
We are suckers. But, man, I think I've said it before. He gives me that OBJ Jarvis Landry vibe, that quick twitch. But don't let him fool us, Chris. That's what they want to do. He's injury prone. If he's there at 30, fine. I'm fine with that. But not at 11. Okay. You can have a surefire starter at 11. That's what we need. He's sexy. Don't get me wrong. He's that chick at the end of the bar flashing those tickle bitties. But we don't need that. We got to go back home, take care of our, 400-pound girlfriend,
He also, as twitchy as he did, which is again what would get you kind of excited. He still didn't look totally healthy. Like, he didn't run his 40, and when he runs straight ahead, you can tell that he doesn't have that same speed. He can move side to side. He's dealing with the hamstring, but it's kind of sketchy that he's not running a 40 yet. He's definitely still injured. Didn't run the combine. There's a lot of question marks, and totally we should stay away from him because there's other guys that will be there, Ryan, and they're going to show up, and that's more important than the flash. But he looks like he could be super nasty if he is healthy.
He definitely does. A lot of things. Let's talk about some of the draft prospects, specifically those that from UM. Ruben Bane. A lot has come out in the media of an accident that happened back in a few years back. Unfortunately, someone lost their life in that accident, and now that is something that is there for Ruben Bane coming up pre-draft. Can that make him slide? Francis Mauigoa having issues with his back, right? That could be something that makes him slide. You got Zachariah Branch, I know, is a second-day guy, very flashy, fast kid out of Georgia, home run hitter, got arrested this weekend. And it's just there's a lot going on. That's what happens during the draft. But most importantly, Chris, the Cincinnati Bengals, a blockbuster trade, Dexter Lawrence, going after Dexter Lawrence, defensive tackle from the Giants for a first-round pick. So now that puts the Giants at number 10. Now they're already in the top 5. Now they go to 10. This is big for us as the Dolphins because the Bengals were tied to probably the top corner in Mansour Delane or Jamad McCoy. Now that could be something that shakes it up. They were going to go defense there. They got their guy in Dexter Lawrence. They gave him an extension. That could open up a Caleb Downs falling to us, Mansour Delane. There's going to be a lot of options at 11. A lot of guys that we like are going to be at 11.
And the other thing that does is not just take away a threat of one of the guys that we need, but the Giants all of a sudden have a second pick, right? So now they have 2 picks in front of us. They can get cute. They can go ahead and make the excuse that they want Jordan Tyson because they need a wide receiver. Get the guy that they want at 5, and then get something maybe that they might feel is a little bit of a reach. And once you have 1 or 2 guys get taken that weren't expected, then all of a sudden, now the Dolphins are going to have some guy that wasn't supposed to fall, to your point. And, Delane would be nasty. For me, Caleb Downs is my number 1. If Caleb Downs there, that's who I want. But besides that, I'm really, really sticking to offensive guard tackle. I really think that we should make that a strength. I think it's an easier hit. Like everyone else that might fall has those questions. Like even Delane is too small. And Bane, we've already talked to him ad nauseum of his arms. And the fact that he doesn't have the sack production that you would want a first round pick. That's for sure not a surefire guy that's going to go out and get you 15 sacks in the first round. So you got to think about that. But the offensive linemen are going to be there day 1, and they're going to most likely be starters going forward. That's what I want, Ryan. Just common sense picks. They're the only ones. Who else would be there that for sure is going to be a stud? Ruben Bane.
I agree with everything that you said except for one thing. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again.
Ruben Bane's number 1.
Bane and Mauigoa are 2 surefire Pro Bowlers. I think Bane is a generational talent. I've said it before, and I'm going to keep saying it again. I don't care if he's got reptile arms. I think his motor, but it's not just his motor, it's his power. And then from his lower body, he has the biggest legs I have ever seen. I think Bane, if he is there, I am running to the podium. If it's him, Mauigoa, Downs, Delane, you go after Bane. I think he transforms your defense day 1. That's my perspective. I've been wrong, but he's a big
Yeah.
boy, and I love big boys. So
No, Ryan, I'd be super happy if we got him. I'm
of
not
course
gonna
you.
say
I agree. I know
that I
that.
wouldn't. So I'd be super happy. But one thing that I do want to talk on is the Francis Mauigoa. So remember, guys, everyone's heard this already, but it's draft week. News is gonna come out because no one wants to know what you're doing, right? So one thing that is coming out is Mauigoa with his back injury. I have no idea. I'm not in with even though producer Mark is. We haven't heard anything of the fact of that he is in pain or he is getting rehab, but apparently he has a disc herniation in his back. I'm just going to say this, okay? When we're, as a physical therapist, when we're treating patients, the number one thing that we say to all of our new grads, to all of our students is treat the person, not the image, okay? And what that means is just because an MRI or an X-ray shows something, is that what the patient is dealing with at the moment? Because that could have been there for many, many years. And the only good thing that I would say is if it's there, they can address it early. We have no indication that he has back pain, that he's missed practice for this, right? Have you heard anything of that, Ryan?
No, I have not. I have
So
not.
does that scare me? No, I have not seen him. Okay. I would have to put him through a physical. I would have to see if I can reproduce any type of symptoms when it comes to a disc herniation to feel good about this. But at the moment, if he has no pain, that's not stopping me from taking that 11. I'm taking that 11. Just take that for whatever it's worth.
Yeah, he went to Indianapolis for the second scan. I think it all came back okay. Francis Mauigoa, folks, was a first-year starter for and only missed a couple games throughout his college career. He's a durable team first
I don't think he missed any
offensive
time.
lineman
Did he
who
miss
is.
any time?
I think he missed. I thought he saw that he played 9 games in his sophomore year. I could be wrong, but he was there, a stalwart the entire time as his tenure as a Miami Hurricane. He's a leader on the football team as a freshman, and then obviously a 3-year starter, and then coming out early because he is a man-child. He's 6'6". That's the guy. Him and Bane, those are the guys I want. It's not Miami bias. It's just that these are two incredible players who were going against each other throughout their careers at and look where it took them through this playoff. Both of them were huge pieces of that playoff run. But all right, we did our first contract.
Did not miss any time. He started 42 straight games. So
okay, there you go. Even better.
And the second check came out. There's no concerns, which I would take. Again, I don't know. I would have to see myself. I would take that as, they didn't see any symptoms or flare-ups when he was there. So
awesome. Yeah, if he's there and Bane is there, I wouldn't want to be Sully. I mean, I would want to be Sully because it's a fool's riches. But let's see. But we're gonna go to you live. So, folks, producer Mark is gonna bring on the screen. We're gonna do a live mock draft. We're gonna do this fast. Okay, we're gonna do right. We're going 7 rounds here.
7 rounds. Okay. Well,
7 rounds.
You're Sully on this because
we're gonna do it together, all 3 of us. So, Mark, let's enter the draft.
We got the beast here. All right, that's gonna help us. Okay.
All right. So reject the trades. We're not doing any trades. All right. So Mark, can you go to the left and see who's been selected up there? I just want to kind of see. There you go. So Fernando Mendoza, Bailey, Reese, Bane is off the board at 4. Jeremiah Love to the Giants. See, they're doing trades here because Tampa Bay moved up to the 10th spot. Okay, let's get through it. So Chris, who's available? Caleb Downs.
I'm running.
Spencer Fano. Jordan Tyson.
What are you looking at? Caleb Downs, dude. Generational player right there.
Yeah, let's click it, Mark. We got our guy. He's transforming the defense.
We got to shake
hands. Now we're
hands.
at 30.
Okay,
reject this.
Whoa. What's going on here?
We're just going to reject, okay? I want to stick to the picks. Okay, so.
Oof. All right, we got a sexy pick right now, Ryan.
Keonte Sadiq is sexy. He is sexy.
That's a sexy pick. That's going to be a little bit of help for our quarterback, Malik Willis. We have a couple of receivers already taken off the board. So are you going to think about Keonte Sadiq, or are we sticking to the plan?
So Keonte Sadiq is a physical freak. but the production was not always there at Oregon. Obviously, for what a physical freak he wasn't catching 800 yards or 10 plus touchdowns and stuff like that. I am not a Kenyon Sadiq fan, in my opinion. At 30, though, he's dropping. He's a freak. He's a blocker. He can block, which is something that you need. So, or do we go Max Ihunakor, who we've all liked a very lot, right? He's an offensive tackle out of Arizona State. He can come in. He can probably play guard his first season. And then Austin Jackson, when he leaves, So
sorry, you froze.
I'm going Kenyon Sadiq, Chris. Let's get Malik Wallace. Let's get Malik Wallace some weapons
I have
here.
a question for you because this was brought up. Omar Kelly was talking about this on the Joe Rose show. Would you put Max Ihunakor, whatever his name is, or whatever one of these guard tackles, would you put them first at guard and then tackle, or would you just put him at tackle and move Austin Jackson to guard?
I'd probably put them at guard first. I think it's easier for them to transition into a position and instead of having Austin Jackson go in, who's been playing tackle most of his career, if not all of his career, at right tackle, I would keep Austin Jackson.
So here's what the book says. The Beast, says on him. It says he's a fluid athlete for his size, but may need a year to develop. So after he started playing football in the summer of 21, he ascended quickly at the JUCO level before becoming a starter at Arizona State. He made clear improvements each of the past 3 seasons and played his best ball as a senior with 0 sacks allowed. So he's only getting better. He hasn't played that many years. Mark, who else do we have available at offensive line? Can you do that for us?
To the right, Mark.
Because Proctor's been taken already. Yeah.
Go to offensive tackle.
Tackle. What do we got there available? All right, we got some. This is it, Ryan. This is it.
Not a lot. There's
offensive guard. Go to offensive guard.
OG. Okay, Emmanuel Pregnon is good.
You know what? Let's do it. We're gonna get.
Go get your tight end, Ryan. Go get your tight end. Go get the tight end. Go get the tight end.
Go get the tight end.
Go get the tight end, Mark.
It's because it's gonna kind of block for us, right? Jeez.
Yeah.
Can't believe we did it.
Rejected.
Oh no.
Okay. Now, there are some phenomenal players here, Chris. I mean, a lot of good players. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, great player. We don't need him. We got Caleb Downs. D'Angelo Pons, folks.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about this. I knew what I was.
But Chris Johnson,
I get it, but I knew what I was doing. We got Caleb Downs, remember? We got now a tight end. We got an offensive weapon. And yes, you have these players available, but we had a guy on the board that made it okay to pass, and he's still there. Go down a little bit more. And there he is, Emmanuel Pregnon, Oregon.
I think, I see. I don't agree here. I think you go with best player available, and I think there's 2 guys at the top of this board in D'Angelo Pons and Chris Johnson that can be multi-year starters. And I don't know enough about Emmanuel Pregnon. I'm not going to force a right guard onto this. I'm going with need, which is you have no cornerbacks right now. I would say, and if you're saying I'm Sully and it stops with me, I'm going cornerback here.
Okay, so
there's one guy here that I know is a surefire. He doesn't have the size, so I'm going to think. I think D'Angelo Pons is a stud.
So he's not a big guy, so he would play the nickel, right? So we already drafted Caleb Downs. He's going to play safety and probably a little bit nickel. We don't have anybody.
I'm going Chris Johnson. I'm going Chris Johnson here.
Emmanuel Pregnon, again from the Beast, checks all the boxes NFL teams look for and a great fit for gap scheme. Just saying.
Do we run a gap scheme?
Hold on. We're gonna go to our corners here, and then Mark, after I tell you, you're gonna pick, okay? Because it's gonna be 2 versus 3, right?
You said I was Sully.
Oh, you're Sully. Got it. So Chris Johnson is ahead of Pons, and he's hyper aware with instinctive eyes. Should compete for a starting role day 1. Okay. In our other mock draft, this is who we got. D'Angelo Pons is a 6th ranked guy here. Maybe too small for some teams, but compensates with top tier speed. So I guess you're Sully. So you're gonna.
Packers like size at cornerback. They don't like smaller guys. So I think Chris Johnson is somebody that's been going up a lot of draft boards. I honestly don't think he would be there at 43 in real life. So I'm running to the podium with Chris Johnson. I think that's a guy that you can have on the outside.
Draft
Chris Johnson, Mark. Okay, now we're going all the way to the 70s. Going into the third round where we have 4 picks. So at 75, Chris, we have not touched. Mark, can we go look at our picks? So we got Caleb
Keonte
Downs.
Scott. Look at Keonte Scott just looking you right there.
Oh my God. I love him so much. Mark, we love him. We love Keonte Scott.
Mark, what receivers do we have left?
Ted Hurst, Jacoby Lane, Zachariah Branch, just got arrested, Elijah Sarratt, Brandon Thompson. Okay. How about offensive tackle, Mark? Let's go check that out, please. Scroll all the way up. Demetrius Crownover, Azir World. Okay, and OG, if you can go to offensive guard, please. Cage Casey, Jalen Farmer. I like Jalen Farmer. I think you can. How
about edge? Yeah, that's way down there. Is there like an edge?
It's going to be go to defense. Edge. Mason Thomas. Danny Sutton. Chris, we loaded up on offensive lineman last time.
And now we're just straight defense.
I love Keonte Scott here. I love Keonte Scott. Is that too many?
Are you kidding here?
I love him so much.
Well, this is the message to Sully, okay? These guards and tackles are going off the board quick.
It is.
So
it is.
If you do this, we miss out. Okay. So now we got a bunch. This is exactly what I talked about in our pod with Alex. Is that yes, it's nice. Oh, we have this one here, but we still have like holes in other places. We didn't sure up the offensive line, and now we're gonna have a whole offensive line. Devon Achan's gonna get hurt, and Malik Willis is not gonna have time. And here we are with Sadiq. What are we doing? I'm so pissed.
Mark,
I'm so pissed.
Mark, Keonte Scott, please.
No, that's such a bad pick here.
Just hit draft.
That's such a bad pick.
Just hit draft. Just hit draft.
No. I'm walking out. I'm walking out.
I'm Sully. Mark, go ahead. Do it, please. I have a plan here. Okay. All right. Now.
Okay. Well, our defense is I guess, could be a strength at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna say the best pass rushers in the league.
All right, let's go. Mark, go to all, please. You're gonna go to all. Let's see who's available here. Max Clare. We already have a tight end. Justin Jolie. A lot of good tight ends out here. Okay, we probably need a wide receiver, or we need offense here, or an edge. Well, there's not a lot of offense here, Chris. Now, Mark, go to offense and go to guard, please. Is Jalen Farmer there? He is. He's still there. That's the guy I want, Chris.
At guard?
I want Jalen Farmer. Yes.
You're looking at him? Hold on. An athletic boulder who projects as a starter in the right scheme. Is this the right scheme? Who else is available there? Hold on.
Febeki Nwawu.
That's a great pronunciation.
From Oklahoma.
He's not. Hold on.
Okay. Or Cage Casey from Boise State.
Oh, here we go. The Oklahoma guy. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Heavy-footed at times, but strong as a bull with NFL awareness and consistency.
No. Next. Cage Casey. Boise State guard.
Nah. I don't have a write-up on him.
Okay. Mark, hit Jalen Farmer, please. Take him. Thank you very much. Okay. Now we're going to reject this. Mark, we're going to go look at the wide receivers. Who do we have at wide receiver?
You do know that Jalen Farmer couldn't play for the Gators, so he had to leave.
Okay, we'll chalk that up as an F. Okay, we got Zachariah Branch, Elijah Sarratt, Brennan Thompson, Kendrick Law, Malachi Fields, Malik Benson. Chris, Zachary Branch is still there. He's fallen. He just got arrested. But
he's 5'9", 177 pounds. Dude. We just got rid of Jalen Waddle. Okay, and we still have Tutu Atwell. We need size. We don't have any size. What other receivers do we have on the board?
Elijah Sarratt, very good player out of Indiana.
Mark, go up. I can't see. What are you doing to me here?
Elijah Sarratt is 6'2", 214. He's a playmaker.
So Zachariah Branch is the hot guy there, the biggest thing we got,
and hot because he just got arrested. He wouldn't move off of the sidewalk supposedly.
But how about we do this?
Look at JMU. Okay, James Madison, 82 catches, 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns.
How about this? I know according to whatever we're looking at is a reach, but how about 6'4", 218 pounds, smart person, shades of Michael Pittman, but must work on expanding his route tree. Here in the late in the third round, Malachi Fields looks good to you or what?
Okay, I like Malachi Fields. I like him. Good player. Played for Blue Chip.
He's
Notre Dame.
8 on this list here.
I'm gonna say this. Go take Malachi Fields, Mark. You're gonna go down a little bit right there. Take him. And then Chris, I'm gonna double up here. I'm gonna say take Elijah Sarratt, who's 6'2", 214 pounds, smart player, big time plays and big time games with Fernando Mendoza this year. Go take him, Mark. Elijah Sarratt, please.
Is he a scrappy guy?
He's a scrappy guy.
Oh, he's scrappy. Okay.
He went to JMU. He followed, what's his name?
Yeah, that guy, the head coach.
The head coach. Okay, where are we at here? We're at 130. We need an edge. So, Mark, can you
round 4?
Yeah,
full draft. This is tough.
Okay, Romello Height, Texas Tech.
Go to all.
Please, Mark. All. Okay.
All right.
Kalen Black, Kyle Lewis, Romello Height. Chris.
What do you want me to look up for you?
No, I'm looking at Romello Height, 6'3". He's 25 years old.
It's okay. We're in the 4th round here.
235 pounds. He played for 4 programs: Auburn, USC, Georgia Tech, and Texas Tech. Talk about NIL. He had 10 sacks last year, playing opposite of David Bailey.
I don't like that.
You don't like that? 10
4
sacks.
teams. Why can't he play on one team?
Well, he's trying to make that money, bro. Good for him. Who else do we have here? Mark, can you scroll down a little bit, please? Anybody else here? Nobody else at edge. How about the tackles?
Man, this is a hard job. Let me tell you.
It really is. It really is. Offense
picking these
and
players.
OT. J.C. Davis, Keegan Trost, Markeel Bell. Chris, Markeel Bell is a mammoth of a human being. Mark, have you seen him on the sidelines with the Canes Insight folks?
A name guy. You only go by name.
I go by feel. And Markeel Bell gives me
Ryan. We're not taking Markeel Bell right now.
I have not seen him, but all the guys I've seen are gigantic. It's crazy.
There he is.
He's bigger than anybody. Chris, we need size. We need our future right tackle.
Yeah, but
That's our future right tackle.
We have one more pick in the 5th round. Like, he'll be there, dude. He'll be there.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
That guy gets run over. Did you see him in the Senior Bowl? Got super run over.
He didn't give up a sack last year in college.
Okay, well, that's a little home cooking there because I watched the playoffs. That guy kept on getting past, okay? Don't even start
with it.
All right. All right, pick whoever you want, dude. You're Sully, like you said.
All right, give me Markeel Bell there, please.
That's such a bad pick. You're such a bad GM, dude.
Oh. Thank you, Mark.
Not a homer at all.
Offensive tackle Markeel Bell famously allowed 0 sacks during the entire 2025 season, over 558 to 1,034 pass blocking snaps, 6'9", 345 pounds. Imagine him as bookends with Patrick Paul. Okay, Chris, we need defense here. We need edge for sure. We got a tackle, we got a guard, we got two big wide receivers. We got Caleb Downs, Keonte Scott, and Chris Johnson. I'm loving this. Markeel Bell, look at this guy getting beefed up around. Look at the size of this guy. Fletcher's so good. I mean, the guy's a wall. Chris isn't even looking at him. Look at this, Chris. Take a look at this guy. Look how his mobility, his side to side. This is, by the way, this is the playoffs,
athletic.
folks. This
He's
is the play. Look at that pancake. Give me some maple syrup on that pancake.
Question.
Okay, I've seen enough. Thank you, Mark.
Thank
you very much.
How about that?
Okay, well, we can't see that. That's too small.
One more time. Oh, God.
The guy had one bad
rep. We just reached for that guy. He would have been available now.
He was in Mobile, Alabama. The guy probably, went to have a couple of beers the night before. He was a little hungover.
Mark, show me quarterbacks. Put this away, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Go down a little bit, Mark. All right. So our Arkansas boy's gone. So
Drew Allar or Carson Beck, Chris?
Oh, we're drafting already? We're going to take him in the 5th?
Well, let's
go. We only have – that's it. I think we only have 7th round picks after this. We don't have a 6th.
Yeah.
So we did. I'm not going to go Cole Payton because he's also lefty. So we're not going to go with a lefty.
No, we're going to go with a big-bodied
– Oh, he's humongous. Cole Payton is huge.
So we're going to go big-bodied quarterback.
I'm going to stick to our first board. We did it before with Chris Johnson. That's what Alex told us to do, so we listened to him. We're going to do this again, and we're going to go ahead and take Drew Allar.
Not so fast. You're not the guy. So Carson Beck this year, 72% completion percentage, 3,800 yards,
okay,
30 touchdowns, 12 interceptions.
Timeout. Just give me a timeout here, okay? I got the stats. I understand. JP asked this, and I was too busy working on people, and I couldn't get to the message. I'm going to answer the question: why not Carson Beck? Carson Beck, it was a phenomenal college football quarterback. He was very good. He's above average, but we know who Carson Beck is, okay? Carson Beck is a guy who can run in a system that can play, but when the big moments matter the most, okay, he's going to throw the interception. He's done it over and over and over again. So if you want a solid backup and that's what you're looking for, give me Carson Beck. If you want a guy who may be able to transform and be a solid, be a guy in the future, it's Drew Allar. We know that Carson Beck can't be that guy. Like if you want him to be the guy that's going to take you back with the ball in your hands to win the game, he's not going to do it. He's going to show me right now this throw, and this throw is great, but show me what happened against Louisville. Do you have that one? Fourth quarter, Mark?
How about the 5 interceptions game? So if you take off
how about
SMU?
How about SMU, Mark? Please go to the Georgia Alabama game.
When we got screwed by the refs.
Go to Georgia Alabama.
That stupid personal foul penalty.
Go to Georgia Alabama and the last game of the year, the last play of the game. Can you please go ahead and put that on there for me,
Mark? Can you go and show me the Mississippi game? Can you go show me the quarterfinal?
I understand.
When he marched us down the field.
You want a solid backup?
Balls of steel.
Right. You want a solid backup? Take Carson Beck.
I know what I mean.
Take Carson Beck as a solid backup. He's not going to be anything in the NFL other than a backup. If you want that in this pick, go ahead and pick him. Done.
Ooh. Got crushed. Give me Mark. Let's go back to the mock draft. I mean, Carson Beck. He was worth every single penny of that money that we gave him for the NIL.
Absolutely. He was a great
game. Give us Drew Allar. Give us Drew Allar, Mark. Drew Allar.
Finally. Thank you. Jeez.
All right. Next.
You're on your own on these, buddy.
Okay. All right.
Whatever you want.
If Markeel Bell is not there, we already took.
Yeah, we took him a lot higher than we should. We got it.
Okay. So, Mark, go to edge, please.
You don't know any of these
defense,
players, bro.
Tell you someone. Tariq Sapp, Florida Gator. Caden Curry. Give me Caden Curry, Mark, please. Absolute stud, Ohio State. Flashed all the time when I would watch them. Kicking
You
the
want to
shit
double
out of
down?
everybody.
You want Tyreek Sapp now?
Give me Tyreek Sapp. We'll take a Gator.
We don't even know who's available. We're just that. How about
That's
all?
Warren Sapp's nephew. Must be a stud. Ooh, you got a B. I've seen lower
Okay.
than a B plus.
Look at your picks. You wanted Jalen Farmer D plus. Okay, I wanted Malachi Fields C minus. Elijah Sarratt. So you won on that one C minus, and then we got another C minus. Markeel Bell, the Drew Allar, not good C minus. Hey, but your last two picks B minus, B minus. So what's our overall draft grade? B. Nice.
A B. Now let's talk about this real quick, and then we'll finish the pod. Caleb Downs, generational talent. He's going to be there for 10 years. Ring of Honor guy, probably a Hall of Famer. Kenyon Sadiq is a freak, folks. He's a matchup nightmare, but he also can block. You know who does that too? A guy by the name of George Kittle. Huh? You like that? You like that production? Give me that guy right there. He is George Kittle, and David Njoku had a baby, and his name is Kenyon Sadiq. Okay? Right there. Chris Johnson, steal of the draft. We're talking first team All-Pro. We're talking the next Sam Madison. He's a ball knower. He's instinctive, and he's a big-time guy that can play on the outside immediately starting on day one. Keonte Scott, do you guys remember Jim Thorpe Award that he didn't win? Do you remember?
Do you remember
his pick six in Ohio State? Mark, can you bring that?
Come up here and make the
pick six.
tackle.
You remember what a dog Keonte Scott is? Have you ever seen when you go into Webster's dictionary and you look up dog? It's Keonte Scott.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Boom.
Folks, this is a playmaker. He won us multiple games. Look at him. And here we go. At the end of it, he's going to do, they cut it. This guy's a dog. He likes to get in the backfield. He's a surefire tackler, and he lays the wood. You don't want to go up the middle. That's why Carnell Tate didn't want to go up the middle, because of these guys. They hit like Mack trucks. Look at this. I've seen enough. Mark, can we go back to our picks, please? Then Jalen Farmer, folks. E-I-E-I-O, baby. E-I-E-I-O. Kentucky boy. He said that he couldn't make it in Gainesville. Jalen Farmer is an absolute stud. He's nimble, and the guy can move. That's exactly what we wanted. Malachi Fields, folks, was making plays left and right in playoffs, just going up and getting the field. Have you ever heard of Mike Evans? Have you ever heard of Mike Evans? They made it last year, Chris. Have you ever heard of Mike Evans, folks? Ever heard of that guy? Huh? T. Higgins? Yeah. Elijah Sarratt, folks, was Fernando Mendoza's favorite target, okay? When Omar Cooper got hurt and the other dude got hurt, it was Elijah Sarratt who was leading them down the way in the Big Ten and in the playoffs. And then you get to Markeel Bell, folks, who's bigger than me and Chris combined, and that's saying something. 6'9", pairing up with Patrick Paul in the end. You're having two of the biggest bookends in the history of the NFL. You want beef, folks? You're not going to Arby's. You're going to the Miami Dolphins. And then you get Drew Allar, who is a Penn State kid, who's a big boy, who's going to come in and compete with our boy from Texas. Chris, Mark, and then you got Sapp. You got the other dude. I'm so happy right now. Caden Curry, who's an absolute ball player, always on Fox. Gus Johnson always mentioning Caden Curry in the backfield. This is just blue chip players. These are players that are going to come in, and there's like 4 or 5 Ring of Honor guys. There's probably 2 Hall of Famers on this list. What a draft.
Mean, if we're being honest, Caleb Downs and Sadiq we'd be so happy.
And Chris Johnson, we'd be so happy.
Well, I'm saying after
Scott is a fucking dog. The guy's a dog. And by the way, you know who we didn't get here, who we should have, is Jacoby Thomas. That's another dog.
This guy just wanted to draft all Canes.
All Canes, baby. All Canes. Hey, it worked out for the 2001 team. That was a generational UM team, just like this one that brought the U back. Give me that. Oh, it was littered with people, with playmakers. This was a lot of fun.
That's all she wrote. Is our final mock draft. We're not going to do another one. Because if not, Ryan's going to get mad if I ask him to come on. I just bought this beautiful webcam so I could do plenty of these, but
you look crisp. You look really good.
We're not going to do that anymore. But something that we keep forgetting, okay, make sure that you like and subscribe to Little Big Opinions on YouTube. Go on our Instagram, like it, okay? If you guys like our comments, our videos, just comment on there, okay? I get text messages all the time from people. Don't text it to me, comment it to me, please. I would love to engage with you on there, all right? And don't forget, starting on Thursday, we're gonna have the opening of our raffle. Okay, you want Jason Taylor jersey? You gotta like, you gotta subscribe. Ryan, what's the name of their
BTB
Instagram?
Collectibles, the
BTB
best in the game.
Collectibles.
BTBcollectibles.com. Our boy Charles and George, the best in the game.
And also, don't forget Casa Cultura and 786 Sports. They got a bunch of things that you would have to like and subscribe. I'm not asking you to like and subscribe everything. Just 786 Sports, please. Okay, that's the network we're a part of. We're happy to be a proud to be partners with them. And you're gonna see how beautiful the studio is there. You're gonna come hang out there. It's a cool place to hang out. The burgers, smash burgers, are absolutely fantastic. Okay, and Mr. Portillo, you're not going to
Seems
tell
like
us that we're graded on a curve. Okay. If we were graded on a curve, it would have moved up to an A. And I will say that Ryan's the one that did most of the picking. Okay.
What a great comment. You asked for comments. That was a great comment.
Yeah.
All right, folks. It's been nothing but a great pleasure on this Monday evening. We will see you guys on Thursday. Big day for the start of this franchise. We're reborn, and we're going to come out of the birth canal of a Dolphin. Okay? It's happening on Thursday. Love you guys very much. Bring those pocketbooks for TCB, the chopping block, food truck. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Chris, take us home.
Sayonara, suckers.